Let's talk about something, alright, so let's do this. Now, we all know that PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X is pretty much sold out and very hard to find, especially PlayStation 5. That console is literally the most wanted item for any gamer in 2020 and 2021. But we are not here to talk about that. I'm here to talk about the competitor, aka Xbox Series X. Many people know that for the time Series X and PlayStation 5 is selling really well right now, to the point of them being sold out everywhere. But if we compare both of them, PlayStation 5 is doing slightly better for the demand. Yeah, many people want PlayStation 5 over Series X. But hold up, if you think that Series X is such a bad console, you are dead wrong. Now, I grew up with PlayStation 2, which means that I'm always at Sony territory since my childhood. And I don't even know a console named Xbox back then. But I'm open-minded when it comes to this kind of stuff and try to do some research and find some benefit of having Series X. And I'm going to share it with you guys right now. So let's do this. It's a new generation console. Now let's start with the basic first. Now a lot of people would want to get their hands on a brand new console from a big company like Sony, Microsoft, or Nintendo that already has their names on gaming industries. Well, at least most of the time. But regardless, if a company just announced a brand new consoles, it's going to attract attention from any gamer. And because it's going to give us a brand new experience on playing a lot of games. For example, the next generation console will give us the true 4K, 8K compatibility, ray tracing, 144Hz output, and at least 60 FPS gameplay. Now, all of this stuff are not exist in the previous generation. Now, another thing about Series X, because it's a new generation console, the games will be released only for that console generation only. Because come on, let's be honest here. The previous generation console, if you realize it or not, is already 8 years old by now. And the hardware inside of it, it's already reaching its maximum potential. Now, developer at some point will decide to release their game on the next generation console because, well, let's just say it's a lot more compatible. Now, that thing itself is a really good reason for grabbing it. Backwards compatibility. Now, Sony kind of removed the possibilities for a backwards compatibility on its older console. I mean, like, sure, you still can play the PlayStation 4 disc in the PlayStation 5, but if you compare it to the Series X, it is certainly uncomparable. Series X can basically play any Xbox disc that you put from the very first Xbox, Xbox 360, and Xbox One. Microsoft said that this will work for 90% game that you put inside of the console. The old games from the previous generation that you play is optimized for the Series X with better frame rate and resolution that really transform the experience. You can see old titles like GTA 4, huge improvement on the frame rate, SS3 on the original Xbox title, also amazing improvement on textures, resolution, and frame rate. Overall, the improvement of the games really makes the game feel really modern. You can basically play your old copies of game on a brand new experience. It's just amazing, to play your old games on higher resolution. So you can live up your old gaming experience. Exclusive titles. Okay, Xbox might don't have much well-known title like PlayStation, like God of War, Uncharted, Last of Us, Horizon, Gran Turismo, Spider-Man, Ghost of Tsushima. I can go on if you want, but some titles are really worth playing on Xbox, like Gears of War, a very good third-person shooter franchise, which is really good. It looks really fun, and really, if you really a big fan of a third-person shooter and maybe shooting monsters, this game is pretty solid. And Forza, a pretty good racing game and has a bunch of fan base. And Halo. Well, if you play on Xbox, you already know what Halo is, but it is basically the one that pioneered first-person shooter back in the day, other than 007 on N64. And it is still really good right now, especially with the Halo Infinite coming up. It is going to be awesome. And other amazing titles that is unfortunately not really well known by the gamers. And have I mentioned that Microsoft decided to buy Bethesda? Yeah, your favorite title like Doom, Wolfenstein, Fallout, Elder Scrolls, and Dishonored, and many other titles from Bethesda are now technically owned by Microsoft. So in the future, you might only be able to play them on Xbox or Windows. So you know, Xbox is not gonna lack of any exclusive in the future, so that's good. Xbox Game Pass and xCloud. Now, this is the most important aspect and the reason why I decided to make this video in the first place. If you guys don't know that, Xbox Game Pass is basically a monthly subscription from Xbox that allow you to play a bunch of games without have to actually own them. This subscription is packed with a lot of quality indie and AAA games, and trust me, that is such a great value. They keep adding new games all the time, so there's always something new to play. And they also recently buy Bethesda, as I said, and add their games to the Game Pass too. So titles like Doom, Wolfenstein, Fallout, Elder Scrolls, and Dishonored are already available for the Game Pass. Rather than buying the game separately, I actually recommend getting this subscription that can save you a significant amount of cash. So basically with $10 or $15, depend if you get the standard or the ultimate one, you will get the whole library of games that they keep adding every month. And also Xbox Game Pass subscription that you own can be used for xCloud. Again, if you don't know what xCloud is, it is basically a streaming platform for Microsoft to play games. They are pretty much works the same as Google Stadia by using the internet and their server to play a game through streaming. All of your Game Pass games can be played on the xCloud. Now, I gotta say though, it's not perfect yet, and not a lot of people have a fast and stable internet, but when it works, it looks pretty good actually. And be able to play a AAA games on the go is always my dream. There you have it. These are all of the reasons why you should buy the Series X. The console itself is pretty underrated from gamers all over the world. But if you look at it and search some information about it, it is such an amazing piece of hardware that really worth your money. So I guess that's it then for today's video, guys. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you haven't already, subscribe to this channel for more content like this, and I upload this video every single week, so if you like it, and please leave a like, I guess. And I guess that's it then for from me today's, guys, and bye.